Welcome to the first 3 chapters of The Spectral Vengeance. Venture into a world where a prison planet holds the universe's most dangerous beings. Watch as they band together, uniting their unique powers in a quest for freedom and revenge against the Galactic Federation. Dive deep into this tale of betrayal, desperation, and hope. Subscribe and follow the journey of Fela, Ilara, Grax, and Nyx as they navigate through treacherous challenges and defy the cosmic order. The Spectral Vengeance, Chapter 1, The Desolate Prison. Amid the vast emptiness of space, a singular rocky planet loomed in a distant corner of the galaxy, orbiting a dim, flickering star. Its jagged terrain told tales of scars and pits, wounds left behind by meteoric impacts and harsh atmospheric changes. The surface, though primarily barren, bore eerie reminders of the beings that once thrived, but were now merely relics of their former selves. This desolate world was not naturally formed, but was a creation of the Galactic Federation, a prison for those who had dared defy the cosmic order. The planet's prisoners were not just ordinary criminals. They were once powerful beings, now subdued, condemned for their cosmic transgressions. The constant howling winds seemed to carry the forlorn cries of these lost souls. It was here that Fela, a being of unparalleled power, was banished. The once shining star of the universe, he had fallen from grace, a tragic plummet brought upon by his insatiable hunger for control and domination. Over time, his name, a symbol of hope and prosperity, morphed into a whispered legend of dread, the Spectral Vengeance. Legend said that the Spectral Vengeance could manipulate the very essence of matter, bending cosmic energies to his will. But now, here on this rocky prison, his abilities were suppressed, chained by state-of-the-art confinement technology. Although physically limited, his mind remained active. Each passing day, the weight of his exile, the burning anger for those who had betrayed him, and the thirst for revenge consumed his thoughts. The darkness wasn't just a part of the environment, it was within him, consuming every shred of the light he once embodied. Shadows danced across the jagged surface of the prison planet, mirroring the darkness in his soul. Yet amid this abyss of despair, there were others like him, powerful, betrayed, and longing for freedom. Among the banished was Ilara, a sorceress who could weave time, Grax, a brute with a body of metal and strength that could crush mountains, and Nyx, a creature of the void who could become invisible at will. Their initial confrontations, born out of territorial instincts, soon gave way to reluctant acceptance. Over countless cycles of the dim star, they began sharing tales of their past, their dreams, and the life they once knew. These narratives bound them, creating a fellowship of the forsaken. One would assume that such powerful beings, once enemies, now allies, would break free easily. But the prison's design was impeccable, always adapting, evolving, ensuring no inmate ever escaped. However, the shared tales of past glories, combined with the burning desire for freedom, kindled a spark. A plan began to form, whispered in hushed tones, away from prying eyes and ears, while the rest of the galaxy moved on, assuming that the Spectral Vengeance and his cohorts were locked away for eternity. Little did they know that in the darkest corner of the galaxy, hope was taking root. The prison planet, meant to be their end, was on the verge of becoming the beginning of a new, menacing chapter for the universe. Chapter 2, Desperation's Design. Hidden from the prying eyes of the Galactic Federation, deep within the crevices of the prison planet, a revolt was brewing. The prisoners, bound together by their shared hatred for their captors and a burning desire for freedom, started to combine their unique abilities and knowledge to hatch an audacious plan. Using her knowledge of temporal mechanics, Ilara sketched out a timeline. It was a meticulous plan detailing the phases of their escape, designed to exploit the few moments when the prison's surveillance was momentarily weak due to the orbit of its dim star. Grax, with his immense strength and knowledge of engineering, was assigned the task of gathering raw materials and forging them into tools. His metallic body would resonate with the planet's magnetic field, causing minor disruptions to the prison's security grid. Meanwhile, Nyx, with her mastery over stealth, became the designated scout, moving undetected to gather intel and ensuring the plan remained concealed. Yet, the linchpin of their escape strategy was the Spectral Vengeance. While his powers were suppressed, the remnants of his once unrivaled cosmic manipulation abilities remained dormant within him. If they could find a way to harness even a fraction of that power, it would be their ticket out. The prison ships, now abandoned and left as reminders of their confinement, were scattered across the planet. These vessels, though damaged, held parts that could be salvaged and repurposed. The plan was to assemble a new vessel, a hybrid, made from scavenged parts and powered by the collective abilities of its passengers. This ship would be capable of breaching the prison's barriers, propelling them into the vastness of space. Every day, under the cover of the planet's perpetual twilight, they toiled in secret. They dug through the wrecks, seeking out usable components. It was a monumental task, fraught with dangers. Automated drones, part of the prison security system, patrolled these graveyards of metal. A single misstep could trigger alarms, bringing their entire plan crashing down. Yet, they pressed on. Alara used her powers to buy them extra moments, creating time pockets where seconds stretched into minutes. Nyx, moving like a shadow, would misdirect the drones, drawing them away from their clandestine operations. Grax, with his sheer strength, bore the brunt of the manual labor, extracting heavy machinery and metals from the shipwrecks. The Spectral Vengeance, meanwhile, delved deep within himself. He meditated, trying to reawaken the suppressed cosmic energies within him. If they were to stand any chance, they would need his powers to navigate through the galaxy and protect them from the inevitable pursuit by the Galactic Federation. Over time, their efforts began bearing fruit. The skeleton of a ship, unlike anything the galaxy had seen before, started taking shape. It was a patchwork vessel, a symbol of their desperation, resilience, and ingenuity. Every bolt, every wire, every panel held stories of their determination. As days merged into nights and nights into days, their dream of freedom transformed from a mere idea into tangible reality. The vessel, still in its infancy, held the promise of a new beginning. The prisoners, once broken and defeated, now brimmed with hope and anticipation. However, they were all too aware that the hardest part of their plan was yet to come. The moment of escape would be the true test of their mettle, unity, and the strength of their newly built vessel. The universe remained oblivious to the storm that was about to be unleashed. Chapter 3: Echoes of Escape. With the dawning of each new rotation of the dim star, anticipation and anxiety pulsed through the group. The vessel was nearing completion, and the day of their planned escape drew closer. Every component was meticulously checked and rechecked. The last thing they needed was a mechanical failure during their break for freedom. But beyond the physical construction of the ship, another critical aspect of their escape needed addressing: the Galactic Federation's supply ship. Periodically, a large, heavily fortified vessel would land, bringing supplies for the prison's automated defenses and carrying away any remaining resources that could be extracted from the planet. The appearance of the supply ship was predictable. It scheduled time to the rotation of the prison planet around its dim star. But overpowering its crew and defenses would be no small feat. That's where the Spectral Vengeance came in. His dormant powers had begun to stir. While not at full strength, they were formidable enough to be a game changer. Every meditation, every focused breath, was drawing him closer to unleashing the potential within. The prisoners had to be strategic. Instead of a direct confrontation, they decided on a distraction. Nyx, given her ability to become near invisible, was tasked with infiltrating the Federation's ship, sabotaging its communication array, ensuring that no distress signal would reach the Galactic Federation. Grax and Alara would focus on the external defenses, disabling as many as they could in a short time window. The Spectral Vengeance, as their trump card, would be unleashed should things take a turn for the worse. As the day approached, the atmosphere grew tense. Final preparations were made. Each member of the team knew their role inside out, rehearsing every possible scenario. The unity among these former adversaries was palpable. Their individual desires had merged into a collective longing for freedom. The day of reckoning arrived. The shadow of the Federation's supply ship loomed large in the dusty sky, casting an eerie silhouette as it began its descent. As its landing gears touched the rocky surface, the plane was set into motion. Nyx, moving like a wraith, slipped aboard, evading the ship's internal security systems. Working quickly, she disabled its communication arrays, plunging the ship into a blackout. Simultaneously, Grax and Alara launched their attack on the ship's external defenses. The alarms blared, but with communications down, the crew was isolated and blind. As expected, the ship's onboard security forces mobilized, but they weren't prepared for the Spectral Vengeance. Emerging from the shadows, he unleashed his cosmic power. Beams of intense energy radiated from him, targeting the ship's defenses and cutting through them like a hot knife through butter. His laughter, cold and haunting, echoed through the ship's chambers.